2009, we made history with the election of President Barack Obama. He called us to service as there remains much work to do to end unemployment, poverty, and crime in our communities. There's so many books on how we can accomplish this. But this year, everyone's raving about this summer's hottest new book, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America by Chicago's own Emmanuel Barbie. A graduate of Northeastern Illinois University, Barbie addresses key ways we back our families and communities. But unlike so many other books on this topic, Barbie captivates his reader, presenting solutions through a riveting life story. It's entertaining, it's different, it's exciting. The perfect book club selection. Don't be left out. Get your copy of The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America. Order today at Amazon.com.
Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbie. This evening we have Miss Shawne Jackson, who's going to talk to us about her books as well as about her business. You're on the show live now.
Okay. Hi, Emmanuel.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I am blessed.
Likewise.
So tell my audience, about who you are and about your book as well as your business.
Okay. Well, for all of you guys who don't know me, my name is Shawne Jackson, and the name of my business is Shawne Gifts LLC. And what I do is I do book publishing. I do paperback, hardcover, and ebook publishing. I started off writing when I was in 6th grade. I used writing to cope with being picked on as a child. But then I developed my writing talent throughout the years. And when I found out that I was able to publish, that's when I started to publish. And so I opened the doors after publishing my first book. I opened the doors to publish clients' books shortly a couple of years after, because clients would come to me and say, "Hey, can you publish my book? Can you help me?" I have a background in graphic design and everything, so I knew how to format books. I knew how to design book covers and all that kind of stuff. My passion for my business is to help people to tell their stories and to leave a legacy of words. Because a lot of times when people go home to be with the Lord or whatever the case may be, all that wisdom that they have on the inside of them gets left in the grave. But if they publish a book, if they write a book and get it published and everything, their wisdom will live on even when they're not here. Which means that their loved ones, their friends, their family, their fans, other people all over the world will be able to get their book, even when they're not here. So that's why I do what I do. That's why my clients come to me and wanting their book published, because they all have a story to tell. The fact of the matter is, everybody has a story to tell. And the thing about it is, not only does everybody have a story to tell, everybody has a testimony, because the Bible says you overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of your testimony. And I help people with that. Whether their story is fiction, whether their story is more of an autobiography, whatever their story is, I help them. Sometimes their story is not a story at all. Sometimes it's an educational book, possibly. Sometimes it can be a children's book. Sometimes it could be a novel that's fiction, and things like that. So currently, I'm working on a book now, okay? And the title of this book is called The Power to Make a Difference. I was inspired to write this book years ago because I had this dream one day. And in this dream, this young kid was getting beat constantly by her father, all because she wanted to read the Bible, all because she wanted to study the Bible. She would get beat by her father. And I woke up crying, tears of sorrow, because here this little girl was trying to honor her mother and study the Bible, study the Word, and she was trying to do what her mother instilled in her to do, which is to serve God. And her father was just being evil to her. So that dream alone, gave me the concept of the power to make a difference, which is the name of the book that I'm currently working on. My goal is I want to have it published by March 29th, because March 29th is my birthday, so I figured I want to have this book done by that date, but we'll see how that goes. Because sometimes you can set deadlines, and those deadlines don't always meet. You know, sometimes you don't always get to meet your deadlines, but it's still important to do that.
Well, I believe that you're going to get it done, and I'm praying and hoping that it will also become a bestseller as well.
Yes, me too, because the book is phenomenal. I've had people who had the opportunity to read it before I really started editing it up, who said, "Oh my gosh, Shawne, this book is really awesome." You know, back in my college days when I was originally working on it.
Okay, so now, you also, I wanted to encourage you too to talk. Oh yeah, you already mentioned your business. How many clients do you currently have?
Currently, I have about 5 clients. I've published about 10 books already. This book is going to be my 11th book.
Oh, okay. Well, you still have a lot of time if you know, because right now, I'm giving you the floor. I'm trying to encourage, like I keep mentioning too, to people that's on my friends list and in my social groups. I'm trying to give everybody an opportunity to come on my show to promote their products and services, and I'm trying to use this my show as a platform to to share positive things that ordinary law-abiding citizens are doing, especially people like yourself. So I'm really grateful to have you on here.
I'm grateful to be on here as well. I mean, there's so much that I'm trying to do now. I'm actually looking to start another business. I'm looking to eventually start a distribution company where I take my brand to another level and create products, different types of products. I'm actually going to Global Empowerment Ministries, where my mentor is teaching us how to become a multi-billionaire business owner. So I'm actually taking courses on how to talk to buyers actually right now, so that I will be prepared when the time comes, because I'm actually looking to come up with some other products besides just books. Because my goal in life is to, one of these days, be able to give people jobs all over the world. My goal in life is to be able to open up schools all over the world. I want to be in a position to give people grants and scholarships for college. I want to be in a position to help the Black community, because the Black community is the community that is suffering the most, because society that we need to graduate from high school, go to college, get a job, and retire. Well, that's not a good thing because there's a lot of people out here who did that, but they're living on what you like to call a fixed income. And the bad thing about a fixed income is the fact that the prices of everything goes up. Food goes up, insurance goes up, car notes and house notes and mortgages goes up. Everything in this world goes up, which is called inflation. Things constantly go up. So that leaves those people having to either go back and to get a job, even after they retire, or they have to rely on government assistance, or they have to rely on loved ones who don't even really want to take care of them. So this is why I'm a very big advocate for starting your own business. Jesus said to occupy until I come in the Bible. And that word occupy means to do financial business. That's what he said to do. And that passage of scripture is overlooked a whole lot in the Christian community. In churches, a lot of times they tell you give. But none of these pastors are telling you how to get the wealth. Because the Bible says that God gives us the power to get wealth, to establish his covenant between God and man. So what we have to do is we have to start businesses. That's what I'm an advocate of. And once Shawne LLC is successful the way I want it to be, I'm going to be hiring people. And I'm also going to be teaching people how to start businesses and stuff. That's why I'm going through the trainings and things that I'm going through now at Global Empowerment Ministries, with my mentor.
Wow, that is wonderful. I just want to, I have to jump in for a moment because what you're saying is very exciting and is basically the same thing that I'm trying to do here in the city of Chicago. I'm currently trying to learn a little bit about how to make a short film because I'm constantly reaching out to people, online and also here in my city about working with me to start my nonprofit organization. But a lot of the people I'm running across, they don't meet the qualifications that I'm looking for. They have the passion, they have good intentions and all that, but a lot of them don't know how to assist me to be on my management team. So right now, I'm still I have that option out on the table to try to find qualified people, but I'm not just going to sit back and twiddle my thumbs. I'm also trying to learn a little bit again about how to do a short film. I'm taking some classes about writing like a script for a screen.
Okay.
So,
that sounds good.
Yep. So once I finish that, I'm not going to do everything by myself. I still, I want a legitimate film producer to work with me to, try to get my short film, to be in different film festivals. Because then I can hopefully connect with sponsors because that's the only thing that's holding me up. But again, at least I do want to make sure that I have qualified actors and people that's going to want to be in the film. And the film is based on my revised book. So
okay.
that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. But here's the thing. One of the things that my mentor taught me is when you have a vision for something, it's always best to start a business first, because the capital that you gain from that business can actually cover the whole project instead of having to rely on other people's grants or other people's scholarships or other people's sponsorship. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times if you say something that certain people don't like, let's just say some people is backing you with money, and you say something they don't like, and it don't even have to be nothing bad. It could be something that you just said that they don't like. They'll pull your funding in a minute because they don't like something you said. And the idea is you have control, and you want to keep control of anything that you create. If you're creating a nonprofit, you want to keep control. If you're creating a business, you want to keep control, because you don't want another person coming into the situation trying to run things just because they've given you a large donation or whatever the case may be. So I just want to encourage you with that, to start a business first. Because my plan is to start a new business. Even though I have a business, one day I'm going to start a new business. And I'm going to start a new business. That way I'll make that a money tree, then open up another business, that'll be another money tree. And all these money trees that I create, then I'll be able to fund my ministry if I choose to start one. And I won't necessarily have to rely on other people's donations to fund my vision, because I'll be funding my own vision. Because I don't want anybody to come to the organization and be like, I don't like what you said. And because I don't like what you said, I'm cutting your funding. You know what I mean? Because I'll be funding it myself. I won't necessarily need anybody's donations. So I just thought I would kind of share that with you. At least that's what I'm learning from one of my mentors who's been teaching me about business specifically. He was saying that your business is the vehicle that funds your vision.
Yes, I agree, but like I say, like for my nonprofit, I have my business plan, I have my articles of incorporation, my bylaws, and but like here in the state of Illinois, they require that you have 3 people to be on your board of directors. It's just me and my business partner, and so we need one more person. But again, I don't want just anybody. I want a qualified person.
Understandable.
And some of the people I talk to too, they kind of rude. They want to well, how much you gonna pay me and this and that, and I'm like, I'll get back to you on that. But I don't want people that's acting like they're doing me a favor. This is to help our community. I'm focusing on the African American community. Anyway, I just want to mention the Black Panther movie. Did you get a chance to watch that yet?
No, I haven't got a chance to see that yet. I've been hearing a lot that it's good.
Oh yes, it's more than good. It's the bomb, and not only that, they just reached $1 billion. Yes, so that's good. That's just by writing a positive story. So even though a lot of I hate to go there, but a lot of our people don't like to read. So that's one of the things that's holding me up from me generating that capital to start my nonprofit. But that's how come I'm trying to look into the film part of it and get it out that way. So that way I can generate the capital to do all the things which I have written in my book to make it become a reality.
Okay. So Sounds good. Sounds good.
Well,
yeah, I definitely go and see that movie. I haven't got a chance to. I've been like so busy with my business. You know, my business, it takes up most of my time, you know.
Yeah,
so I really actually taken the time to actually go and see it yet, but I definitely plan to go and check it out at the movie theaters and stuff. So I look forward to it because my mentor has seen it twice, and he said that it's an awesome movie. So, you know, and I trust in his judgment on it, you know, and I'm gonna definitely check it out. And I may even go see it for my birthday or something.
Yeah.
You know.
And one thing I like about it is it's positive because it's showing black people in a positive role, not just, you know, the stereotype of, you know, saggy pants and people committing crimes and stuff like that. It's black people. It's a fictional place in Africa, but it's just showing that they use that technology and stuff that other places don't have. So it's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that they had some very nice clothing. The characters were dressed really nice.
Yeah.
With their clothing and different things like that.
Now, Shawne, I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, but I'm just going there. How many employees do you have at this time?
Right now, I don't have any employees right now. I'm just doing my own thing by myself right now.
Yeah, just like me.
Yeah, I'm just doing my own thing by myself right now. Put it this way, like my mentor said, you don't hire employees until you get to the point where your projects and things are so big to the point that you actually need them. So that's pretty much how things will go with me. When I start to feel that I need them, then that will be the time when I will hire them. Like when I start to get like a whole bunch of clients and I can't handle all of them, okay, now it's time to hire some employees to assist me in my business. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When I start to come out with these other products outside of just books, you know, once I come up with these products and things, and I start to sell 100,000 units or 600,000 units to Walmart and stuff, I'm going to need some employees because I can't carry 600,000 units of product. So yes, I'm going to be hiring drivers and other people to assist me with the project.
Now,
so,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, both of us, you know, we use this technology, especially like Facebook and YouTube, and I'm grateful. You know, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's a blessing, and you know, I want to be able to use it as a way to help with my future business, but also, you know, to connect with people and stuff like that, so that way I can have, I would just say, people to like my followers, supporters, and stuff like that, trying to build an international or global alliance, so that way everybody will know about my business. And I think that's something that you might want to do as well. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do have a YouTube channel.
And that's what you need to, I want you to tell the people that, so that way people that's listening, they can find you.
I do, but here's the thing. I really haven't really been using YouTube like that, even though I probably should. I haven't really been using it like that. The only thing I really use most of the time is Facebook. So if people really want to get in contact with me, they might as well email me or message me on Facebook for the most part, because I don't really be on a lot of these different social media things right now. Because like I said, I'm a pretty busy person, you know, trying to build my business, just going to meetings. Sometimes I'll be at meetings 4 times a week, you know, different things like that. Between meeting, ministry, and my business, I barely have time to do anything else. So, but this week I've been kind of taking it a little easy, you know, because I even though I've been having some pain in my leg because I don't know what happened with it, but I've been having some pain in my leg and stuff. So I've been taking it easy this week, you know. But usually everything gets very busy. I'm always either working on some book or at a meeting or something. You know, I spend a lot of time reading because reading is where it's at. The Bible says a wise man increases in learning. And the only way to increase in learning is to read books.
Amen. I agree. Now there's a couple other things I do want to make sure I ask you, before our time runs out.
Okay.
Have you ever heard this up here in your state of or city of Detroit? New Era. Let's see, the New Era of Detroit. Have you ever heard of that group?
New Era Detroit. No, you know what? I'm not familiar with it.
Well, anyway, they're trying to. I keep seeing a lot of videos about them on YouTube, and they're trying to do positive things in the inner cities and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
but my thing is, and with my organization that I've been pushing, the grassroots community activist movement, for over 15 years, I don't see all this protesting and marching that our people are doing per se. The Black Lives Matter movement, they have a good message, but marching and chanting, our people have been doing that for the past 52 years, and still nothing has changed. So with my organization, I want to try to bring in or create a Black Wall Street, starting here in the city of Chicago in my former community on the west side of Chicago, which is Austin, and also Garfield Park and North Mondale, and also expanded to the south side of Chicago to make Chicago a model first before we expand to 10 other cities throughout the Midwest, including Detroit. So that's basically all I'm trying to do, and it's been a very big struggle because a lot of people just want to sit up and debate, but when it comes down to putting our minds together and building that infrastructure, then people they just want to sit back and, I guess, let me do all the work, and it takes a team to make a dream work. So that's the main thing that we as Black people fail to realize. So
That's true. But I did have a comment about what you said about the marching. Marching has not worked, and it doesn't work today. And what does work is, the Bible says money is the answer to all things. And the Bible also said that money is a defense. The reason why our community is in the situation that it is because of the lack of wealth in our community. Our people don't own businesses and different things like that. But if we're trying to fight the war in the wrong way, you can't fight the war by marching and chanting. No, you have to fight the war by starting a business so that you can protect your own with your money. Like for example, the Jews. People don't mess with the Jews. Do you know why people don't mess with the Jews?
I already think I know. They own the media. They have they're business people, so they have a lot of clout with lawyers.
Exactly. They have wealth. So people don't mess with them. Even if people are racist against the Jews, because there are still people out here that do not like Jews, that do not like African Americans, that do not like anybody who is classified as a minority. Okay? But guess what? They will not mess with the Jews because the Jews have wealth, and through the Jews' wealth, it brings power. And through the power, it brings protection. And here's what I mean. And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. Like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you have a business, right? And a person's business decide, okay, I'm not going to make the cake that you want. Is this a cake business? Well, the person that has the money can actually have that business shut down for not making their cake. True story. This actually happened before.
And I heard about that too.
So it's a true story, and it has happened before. So the person with the most wealth is the one who makes the rules. The Bible even talks about it. Why do you think the Bible says the rich rules over the poor? And it's time for the people of God to step up and to become multi-millionaire and multi-billionaire business owners so that they can rule, because the Bible also says when a righteous man is in authority, the people rejoice. But when a wicked man is in authority, the people is not going to rejoice. This is why we as leaders, we have to step up and we have to build our businesses, come together collectively so that we can put people in office and different things like that, people that will serve our interests and back them with our money. Because when you back a politician with your money, they're obligated to do what it is you say do. Their obligation is not to the people who vote for them. Their obligation is to the special interest group, the group of entrepreneurs who back them with their money. That's how things get changed.
Amen. I really like that. What is your opinion about? Because this is what I talk about in my book. Our black middle class, because the financial elites during the 60s decided to, I would say, divide the black community by allowing, I would say, desegregation of housing. So that way we lost a lot of our role models that were business owners and stuff that was from the black middle class and upper class. So they left the inner cities. So that's what I want to try to do. I want to try to reconnect with them so that way they will feel comfortable about investing and coming back to help improve our inner cities that's lacking, because everybody in the inner cities aren't going to be able to just up and move. So I just want to try to make it a better place for people that's still there. That's how come I want to have my business in the inner cities, and I want to reach out to have an infrastructure for our artists and upcoming entrepreneurs. And those people are the ones that's going to help build up the wealth in our communities, but also just trying to reconnect with the black middle class. So what is your thoughts about that in terms of that connection?
I think you should teach all of them how to start businesses. If you can teach all of them how to start businesses, I'm talking about big multi-million-dollar businesses, they'll be all connected. And then we can teach them that they're supposed to support their own. Not saying that they ain't supposed to support other races and other cultures, but I feel like you should support your own first. Because if you think about the Jewish community, if you go into the Jewish community, They have their own schools where rabbis come and teach the schools. They have different things for the people in their community, to help them and stuff. They have resources and things like that. And in order for us to create resources, we got to start businesses. It all starts with businesses. We can teach people how to start businesses. We create jobs for those people who don't necessarily want to start businesses, but they just want work, different things like that. We create this thing within our community, and we just start supporting each other's businesses. Like, for an example, let's say you decide that you want to create body wash. Well, I decide that I want to create dish soap. Okay, well, you start buying my dish soap, and then I start buying your body wash. And we just support each other back and forth. You know what I mean? So I think if we begin to do that in our communities, the wealth gets circulated throughout our communities.
Very well said, but this is also what I talk about in my book as well. That Willie Lynch mentality is still, it exists in our community. So, a lot of our own people got that mindset. I got mine, you get yours. Forget the black community, blah blah blah. I'm all about myself, and so that's a major thing that hurt us. But just like you mentioned about the Jewish culture, I also look at the Amish culture too. And in the Amish culture, they don't have all that violence that we have in our inner cities. So that's how come, my organization is not just about just trying to create jobs and things like that, but also we have that spiritual component too, where even though I'm promoting Christian socialism, and it is not geared toward depending on handouts from the government. We're going to have our own business, but it's going to be optional for secular people because we ain't trying to impose if they believe or not, but we want people to know that this is a Christian business, and the Lord Jesus Christ is the one that gave me this vision, and this is basically all I'm trying to do is be able to just carry out the vision and my assignment.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like that, the Amish culture, they don't have all that violence. So
right,
and same thing with the Jewish culture as well too. They're not killing each other like black people are.
No, they not now, but it was at one point in time they was doing the same thing. So was the Italians and all different kinds, because they were discriminated against in different things, just like African Americans are.
Yeah, but they wasn't killing their own racial group though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they was. Do your history.
Can you tell me like what?
Heard of the Purple Gang? Look it up. The Purple Gang.
And okay, that's probably here in America, correct?
Yeah.
Oh.
But my point is though, this is my point, Emmanuel. When they were a while back, throughout history, when they were going through some of the same things we're going through now, they had their gangs and different things, just like the African American community. But the difference is now is they have their wealth to fight. They still fight. They just fight in a different way now. They fight in a more productive way. They have their wealth to fight for them. That's why people don't mess with the Jews. They just don't, because they have their wealth to fight. Plus, they God still have a deep love for the Jews too. Because if you think about the Old Testament, the Jews were God's chosen people. So not only do they have the favor of God, but they also have their wealth and their money for their protection. And we as African Americans, we also need to have that protection. We need to stop fighting with guns and stop fighting with our fists and stop marching, and we need to start building businesses. Building businesses, supporting one another so that we can bring change, so that we can use our money to put people in office of integrity. Because politics is a money race. The person who raises the most money is the person who wins. It's not about votes, even though they'll try to make you think it's about votes. It's about the person who wins the most money. Who raises the most money. So in order to bring real change, we have to build the wealth. And the purpose for building the wealth is so we can help the community. If you think about Matthew 25, Jesus separated the goat from the sheep. All right? The sheep were those people who actually helped the poor, visited the sick, visited people in prison, gave food to the hungry, all those kinds of things. And then you had the goats who did not do those things. And God was not pleased with those people. Why? Because they didn't help the community. So I said that to say that it's our responsibility to help the community. But if we're broke ourselves, there's no way we can help the community. This is why God wants us to start multi-billion-dollar business owners, wants us to start multi-billion-dollar businesses so that we can become multi-million-dollar business owners, so that we can give people jobs, so that we can create hospitals for people who don't have treatment, so that we can help get the homeless off the streets, so that we can help people, so that we can fund whatever mission God gives us. If there's people thirsty who doesn't have clean water, we can create water purification plants so that we can give people clean and fresh water. But you cannot do that if you're not a multi-billion-dollar business owner. So that we can hire scientists to help us find cures for cancer, to help us find cures for AIDS, and different things like that. It takes money to do those types of things.
Amen. That's real wisdom right there. We're almost out of time. Anything else do you want to share with my listeners?
Okay, well, I just want to first start by saying thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate the fact that you thought about me. And I want to say to the listeners, I want to say thank you guys for listening in. And I want to let you guys know that you guys can feel free to add me on Facebook. You can just type in Shawne, Shawne, Monet, Monet, Jackson, Jackson, to find me on Facebook. Okay? You guys can check out my website. It's www.shawngifts.com, or you can check out my fan page for my business, Shawne Gifts LLC, www.facebook.com/Shawne Gifts, if you guys want to get in contact with me.
Wow, that's wonderful. And again, Shawne, I am going to encourage you to, when you can, try to fix your YouTube channel, because that's a lot of people are, being discovered on there. And, I'm using that to upload my show on there as well, my podcast. And, I refuse to allow the devil to silence me. I'm trying to do something positive, not just talking about it. I'm trying to be about it. And I know that eventually all the work and efforts that I've been putting online, everything is going to come to pass. And once the Lord allowed me to get this business up and running in Chicago, I would definitely love to have you to come to Chicago and speak at our live events, because you're a very positive person, and I thank the Lord that we crossed paths, and just keep up the good job that you're doing.
I definitely will. You keep up the good job that you're doing too.